Mr. Jeon, what will this supercomputer provide in a matter of benefits to the research that goes on at McGill University?
Okay, so the raw computing power that this machine can provide is basically a quantum jump between compared to what we had before. So this one has, if you think about it, let me put it this way. This machine has combined computing power and storage space of about 2,400 most powerful PCs you can buy in the market right now. So think about your ordinary task running on 2,400 most powerful computers in the world. Okay, when at the same time, this is really fast. In terms of research, what this provides is something like this. Suppose you have to distill like 1 billion books amount of data into 10-page scientific paper. You have to process that amount of data and actually make sense of all that incredible amount of data into few graphs and papers that actually make sense to human being. And okay, of course, human beings can read books, but if you have billion books, human cannot do that. So this machine provides that kind of computing power. But that's in terms of storage. In terms of computing power, for instance, you can do brain imaging researches for the benefit of let's say Alzheimer's research and things like that. Also, you can do climate researches. We talked about near-term forecast. For instance, in 2 hours of time, will there be any rain or snow in any area near Montreal? In some sense, that's very important if you're running your snow remote the jobs for the city. Where to put snow plowers at this moment. That's very important. And also long-term climate research, global warming, for instance. Is there a really trend in global warming? We think yes. Okay. And how will that affect the world climate, world economy, and things like that? That's also very important. High energy physics is also an important part, which is there is a big experiment going on right now in Geneva. It's called LHC, Large Hadron Collider. It's the most powerful particle collider in the world. What it does is it generates an environment which was similar to, in a way, microseconds, even before that, just after Big Bang. Think about it. Big Bang happened about 14 billion years ago. Basically, infinite amount of energy was there and began exploding into our universe, what became of our universe. And that first instance, that microsecond, just within microsecond of that Big Bang, the environment was hugely different. You cannot even imagine what kind of energies and also the pressure was in there. We can recreate them now in using this kind of big machines. And also there we saw gene research. Our gene is like, again, a big book, billions of data. And if you want to find out, let's say, which gene controls which disease, or which gene is actually much more beneficial to human beings and things like that, you need to correlate your clinical data with your gene research. And that's, again, a huge amount of computing job, because human beings cannot sit down and just compare 2 data points one by one for billions of times. You just cannot do it, but machines can do that. But if you want your PC to do it, it's impossible. It's just impossible to do it. But with this kind of big facility, you can actually do that kind of research, and which will be actually beneficial to the society, health science, everything, human beings.
And just in a few words, what will it bring on the Quebec scale and on the Canadian scale? What benefit will it bring to researchers across Quebec and Canada?
Okay, this facility is a part of National Platform 1, and it is under the umbrella organization of Compute Canada. And so this facility is not just for Quebec and McGill and also the Quebec University of Quebec system. This facility is for Canadian researchers. So we are open to all Canadian researchers who need computing time. Now, some researchers need short amount of time. Some researchers need thousands of hours of computations. We can accommodate both. So there is a process, of allocation process, which is governed by Supercomputer Canada nationally, also by locally, which distributes the computing power of this kind of machines to each researcher. So the benefit to the larger Canadian community is exactly that we are adding a really, number 2 in Canada supercomputing system in their proposal. So anything that needs large computing power, be it medicine, be it high energy experiment, or material science, health science, anything that actually needs huge computing power, which is actually everything. Everybody does that these days. Even sociology, for instance, is getting into the game because what do they study? They study human network. Okay, and that's another kind of big database which needs sipping through all the another needle in the haystack finding algorithms. So everybody can benefit this having this kind of big machine.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.